guys, welcome back
Oh
to
my
channel. Guys,
Sorry.
I'm taking this seriously. Okay. Today we have special guests. Introduce yourself, say your channel.
Hi. I'm Vanessa, and I'm from 2011 Teenage Mom. This is so you introduced me. I introduced you.
I'm from 2011 Teenage Mom. I'm Kassidee, and I'm from It's Me Kassidee.
It's me, Kassidee.
It's me Kassidee.
And I'm Haylee from Haylee and Family.
So today we're going to talk about the things nobody tells you about a lot of things. We're going to talk about being pregnant, talk about postpartum, we're going to talk about motherhood. We just want to talk about things that you're probably not going to be told when you're going through this journey of life. So,
Yeah.
this is just open discussion, just freely talking. We recorded videos on everyone's channels. Well, we didn't do it on Haley's, but I don't know if we're going to. We might, but check out Vanessa and Kassidee's
We could do a
channels
video later to save time.
if
We
she
could
wants to
try,
do it.
yeah.
I'll have links down for all the channels, but and also the videos, so you guys can watch the other channels. Okay, so does anybody want to begin?
I will.
Okay.
Well, first of all, we are both pregnant right now, if you didn't know. And when I was pregnant with my son Jensen, people would tell us all, you hear a bunch of things and stuff, but what no one told me was after you push a child out of your crotch, and then you go to take a shower a few hours later, your vagina feels like it's legitimately, I asked my nurse, I think my vagina's inside out. Like, just how swollen and torn up you are down there. Like, people are like, oh yeah, you're gonna tear. But it's like, no, you're gonna tear, like, bad. And some people don't tear as bad, some people tear a little, but I think some people, I wish more people that tore really bad talked to me a little more about it, because it was a bit scary when, like, you go to wash yourself and it doesn't feel like a vagina anymore in there. Like, it was a little freaky. Things were just like super swollen and falling out.
I didn't
It felt
experience this stuff because I had C-sections. but
Right.
You two both had vaginal deliveries,
Vaginal.
so do you agree
Yeah.
with that, with what she's saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
more so me, like, I experienced not the shower, but like when I went to go, like, to the bathroom for the first time, I felt like
very similar.
like I got a 2nd-degree tear, and I felt like my tear was going to, like, the stitches were just gonna pop.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun.
And did you feel like super, like, way more swollen than everyone, like, really talked about?
Yeah,
For me,
no,
that
like,
was, like,
swollen, and I felt like I was birthing another child.
right. That's very much like things just feel
Yeah.
like full. Things feel full in there, like something's stuck there. But really, it's just very ripped up and swollen. And I hate that the doctors say, like, at least for me, I hate this. Like, in 6 weeks, you could have sex again, because it takes so much longer. And I thought for a long time, like, I was defected. Like, oh my gosh, all these girls have sex at 6 weeks, and their husbands are all excited. And then there was my husband, like, it's been 8 weeks. It's been 8 weeks now. But I was still, like, healing. So I wish people told me, like, it's okay to take a longer time to heal, and it's okay to be inside out.
Yeah. Okay, well, breastfeeding is the most painful thing ever. And I don't feel like people say that. Like, the first few days, it was excruciating. Yeah, some women it takes even longer, especially if their latch isn't right. It can be extremely painful. Yeah, there's just a lot of changes going on, and you're kind of figuring it out as you go. And so, for me, both times it was painful. And then another thing is, when you're nursing for the first time, you can, like, feel, what is it, your uterus shrinking?
Contracting, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're having contractions while you're breastfeeding, and so it's like, oh, do I want to go through this again? I just had a baby. What am I doing? Why am I doing this again? So that takes some time to get used to. So if you feel like there's shooting pain in your boobs, that's normal.
Yeah.
My thing was, I didn't breastfeed, but I pumped. And I was in the hospital with Lily, and there were pumping rooms and pumping stations, and I went and I got all set up, and I was ready to go, and I turned on the machine, and the woman prior to me had it on the highest setting, and she didn't lower it.
Oh gosh.
So I just started, and it, like,
Oh, that's terrible.
sucked, and it literally cut my nipple open.
Oh my
And
gosh.
for like a week, every time I would pump, it would, like, the scab would reopen. There would be
my
blood. And that, you know, and that happens.
Bloody milk, yummy. But it does happen.
It does happen. Like her nipples cracked. Like my friend's nipples cracked.
Yeah.
And she was like freaking out, and she like ran up to me, and she was like, "Look!" And I was like, "That's normal."
That's one thing people didn't tell me either. Like they said like, "Oh, get the nipple cream," but no, get the Costco size nipple cream. Like it.
I think something that nobody tells you about pregnancy, apart from the fact that everybody's like, oh, the glow and it's so magical and beautiful, it's not. For the majority of people, it's not. But something that's happening to me recently and that I'm still getting over is when I was a child, I had tons of urinary tract infections. I think that's just something that's going to happen to me for the rest of my life. And when you're pregnant, it's really normal to have UTIs. So for weeks now, I'm like, my lower back hurts so bad. It's my lower back. But it's not my lower back. It's my kidneys. So every time like I'm walking around, I'm like, my kidneys hurt. And nobody gets it.
Yeah.
But nobody ever tells you that. Like when you're pregnant, everything's supposed to be magical, you know?
And the glow is makeup.
Yeah, my glow is my MAC highlighter. Just letting you know.
With their pregnancy and labor and delivery and breastfeeding stuff, I honestly had like a completely different experience with everything. Just considering like I had a horrible labor and delivery, make a long story short, my uterus came out.
Which isn't normal, but
it's
that's
not at all.
normal.
Like my doctor had 25 years of experience and has only seen that one time before me. And I was like 4 times swollen than you would be, considering they had to literally fist it back into me. So I could not have my legs closed for a very, very long time because it was so swollen and so painful. And along with the breastfeeding, I was unable to breastfeed. Hazel could not latch. I was allergic to the nipple shield. And I tried pumping, but because of what happened to me during my labor and delivery, my breast milk was stunned, and I was not able to breastfeed.
That's
So,
interesting.
you guys are going on about this. I'm like, I really have no idea.
No, but this is good because I think that a lot of us go into it thinking that our birth is going to be a certain way.
It's going to be like perfect.
Or,
You're going to
you
be
know,
okay.
You never know the outcome of anything. And I know I had a birth plan. With my first especially. The second I was kind of like, whatever, because I know the birth plans don't really work.
It's not mine, kid.
But, no, I think it's even pretending to cry.
Oh,
Sorry. I had a birth plan, the first time, but then after that I was just like, I'm just going to be calm about it and just let whatever happens happen. But that's like a perfect example. Like, you don't know.
Right.
Like, anything can happen at any time.
Yeah.
And so, there's really no way to fully prepare for anything when it comes to labor and delivery and motherhood.
Oh, no.
No.
What are gross things that your kids have done?
Gross thing.
Because like I remember when Lily was like under a year old, she was like constantly throwing up, and like at first I would try and be like really like grab a bag or like grab something so it can like fall into something or like hold her over the sink. But it got to the point where like it would happen so randomly and in such weird places where like I would literally like she would like show me the signs of throwing up and I would just go
There you go.
Yeah.
and then like I'd turn around and I'd go to the bathroom and I'd go It was so gross.
Oh yeah, I mean I've used my hands to like wipe my kid's nose when I can't find a tissue. I'm
I
just
did
like,
that yesterday.
I witnessed it several times on this trip.
one thing is newborn photos.
Oh, they're
So-
fun.
So like, you see the pictures and this looks so fun, but the diaper's off the baby for the majority of the photo shoot. And I'm a photographer, so it's always fun because you know that your props are going to be pooped on and peed on multiple times. But parents don't always know that, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, nope, this is like part of it. You do the newborn photos, you're going to have poop all over your white t-shirt.
Actually, it's really fun when you're the photographer and you actually catch the moment happening. That's even better because those photos sell. So if you catch that on camera,
Those are the photos that go viral.
in a couple months, if that happens to this little guy, that's the first picture I'll buy. That's maybe the only picture I'll buy because that's hilarious.
Frame it.
Oh, this photo.
Oh yeah,
Blow
I
it up
would
really
frame
big
it.
and frame on your wall.
Exactly.
Do you guys feel like your husbands adjusted right away? So I know this is a little different
This
with
isn't
you.
for me.
But do you feel like your husband's adjusted right away to being like a dad and all the responsibilities of that? Or is it something that they kind of ease their way into with time?
I think one of the bigger things was it took my husband a little longer to be like, where's my attention from my wife again? But it also, like, I had to realize, like, I need to be giving my husband his attention again. Because, like, as the woman, I was just like, all baby, all baby, all baby, all baby. And, like, that went from really quick, like, my husband and I to baby. And for my husband, like, it was a little slower transition where it's like, he adored the baby too, but he was also like, where'd my wife go?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that made much sense. One thing, back to, like, what we were talking about at the beginning of the video is things people might not say to you will happen after you have a baby. And this may not be the case for everyone, but a lot of friends that I've talked to agree that you have to, like, re-sync your life with your partner. So whether that's your boyfriend or your husband, it's like everything changes. And I had a really good conversation with my mom. She's like, you got to think about it. Like, you were able to give so much, 100% of your attention to your husband and feed it to your husband. And, like, all the attention was on him and, like, your relationship before your first. And then baby comes in and baby needs to be nursed and all this stuff. And, like, the mom is involved a lot and so is the dad. But I feel like my husband definitely felt left out a lot, or like I wasn't, like I keep saying, like, he thought, like, where did my wife go? Like, where's my attention, my one-on-one with my wife? Like, they need a lot more physical attention, like, we need more emotional attention, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we're both, like they forget to give us the emotional attention because we're not giving them the physical attention, and it's like, then you're out of sync. So it took Carrie and I'd say, like, a good 6 months after Jensen was born to get back into, like, a good flow with each other. Not like we were, like, yelling at each other or anything, but, like, you could just tell we were, like, off track and frustrated with each other.
I didn't even think of that, but
Yeah.
you know, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because I thought for a long time, like, that's why I went to my mom first. Like, oh, I see all these people, because all my people are YouTubers. Like, all my YouTube friends, like, everyone's, like, all dandy and perfect. But then it's like, once I really talk to my friends and open up about it, it's like, oh my gosh, I went through the same thing. And it's very normal, and I think that should be more, like, shown. Like, it's normal to, like, fall off track. Because you now have a new human in your life. It's not a visitor in town for the weekend, like,
Right.
like, life is different now. Like,
Yeah.
so it's just a whole new.
Sometimes family isn't exactly understanding
Picture.
of pregnancies, especially when you have a baby at a young age. And so
Very young.
Haley's the youngest mom here. She's not even at legal age yet. And so, what was that like for you? Getting pregnant at such a young age and not having, like, any support? I mean, you probably feel like you didn't have very much support at all.
It was, so I got pregnant at 15, had my daughter at 16, and honestly, with school was difficult. It was hell, especially, like, everybody knowing, like, oh, I was the first girl to get pregnant at that school. Like,
really?
Ever. So, like, that was my record, and it just, like, that was hard. Parents-wise, my dad was very disappointed, of course. Like, I was daddy's little girl. Like, you don't go to daddy and be like, Daddy, I'm pregnant. Like, that's just something you don't do at 15 years old. So he was very, very disappointed for a very long time. I think up until I had Hazel, that's when he was able to, like, understand and accept the fact that I have a granddaughter now. My mom was disappointed, but she was actually my only support system that I had. She actually had to be the one to tell my dad, because I, for the life of me, could not stomach it.
Yeah.
Like, I stayed with a friend for a couple of nights until he cooled down with the news, because I just couldn't. I couldn't go to him and be like, Dad, I'm sorry, but I'm pregnant. Like, that was so difficult. Grandma, on the other hand, I'm like now like the disappointment child in the family. So that was hard, but now, I mean, she loves Hazel. She looks at Hazel like the perfect little thing ever. She's so helpful. She's so sweet. But she suggested many times during my pregnancy to abort. So that was hard. Now that we're past it, though, I can, I try to move on from it. When I see my grandma interact with Hazel, though, it is hard, because it's like, this life wouldn't be here if I would have went along with what you suggested.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing over there.
I'm like listening to them.
Playing drums.
Brandy's with them.
He's doing really well.
Well, thanks for being in my video, guys, and sharing your hearts and your lives. If you guys want to subscribe to their channels, all the links are down below. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in our next video. Bye.
We all agree that if we have stinky breath, then we have to deal with, like,
Wait, what are you guys all doing on my channel?
Where's the camera?
I don't know. She wants that cord move.
What can you not see? Oh, you need to see yourself?
why?
See, baby, bow wow.
Wait, Shaylee, you're like not even in it.
Here, sit
Oops.
down more.
Here.
Or, no, you're not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Totally.
I should sit like this.
Why am I way over here though? I'm
Like
like,
Haylee to think that's so bad. The TMI
I have to
pregnant
lay down for a second.
motherhood.
Like, I really can't sit there for any longer.
Well, you don't want to be in the thumbnail?
No, I'm just like, my back hurts too bad.
Aw.